Coming up on this episode of the Spiro podcast.
I feel as a business, you should be consistent and transparent with your clients and not just give a better deal to someone who negotiates better and give a worse deal to someone who doesn't negotiate as good.
Welcome to the Spiro podcast, managing your real estate photography and videography business. With your hosts, Todd Kivimaki and Craig Magro.
Hi, and welcome to the Spiro podcast, managing your real estate photography and videography business. Spiro is a software platform designed to help you manage your day-to-day business activities in the realm of real estate media, but also to help you scale and grow your business. I'm Craig Magrum, host of the podcast, and with me each and every week, our Spiro founder and owner and co-host of the podcast, Todd Kivimaki. How's it going this week, Todd?
Oh, doing good, Craig. It's another week. I can't believe it. I just said that to the team this morning. We have a Friday morning meeting. That's when we record these podcasts. And this month is flying by. Like January's over. Yeah. It's crazy. I don't know where it went.
It's that whole time-space continuum and getting older and how physics change as we age. That's my theory. I get really nerdy about it.
There's definitely something there, but you know, if for all of us that are like, slow season, like slow season's almost done, which is crazy. At least if you're normally cold weather, slow season's almost done. I know some of you are right in the middle of it, but wow, now's just a good time to be intentional about things. You know, I find sometimes in my day, I talked about this a little bit a couple podcasts ago, but I get so busy with the tasks that I have to do, or the tasks that I think I have to do. And it just comes down to prioritizing those. And man, I don't know about you other business owners out there and you, Craig, but that can be difficult for me at times because there's so much coming in and I want to say yes to everything, but you just can't, and you end up failing.
Yeah. I'm reading a book right now called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. And one of the lines was exactly what you just said. Every time you say yes to something, you're giving 1,000 no's to everything else. And just about the importance of prioritizing, slowing down, being intentional with your time. He goes into how dangerous these things are and the technology. You know, we love technology, but you got to leverage it for its benefits. And there's a ton of negatives to it as well. One of them being living life at a pace that just isn't sustainable. So being intentional on your priorities is hugely important in what we've talked about the last couple of weeks. So,
yeah.
All right. Well, talking about priorities and busyness of life and activities, you were just part of a pretty cool online conference.
Yeah, I was. Thanks for mentioning Vision 2024. It was put on by Eli Jones and the rep team. I had the privilege to speak at one of the sessions, and it was a great time. There was 300, 400, 500 people online watching, and it was just neat to have other photographers on there. Colleen Kidd spoke, Warren spoke, and then Eli interviewed an individual who actually just sold his real estate photography business. You can see the replay on YouTube, completely free. Just you have to search Eli's handle at It's Eli Jones. Look at the lives, I believe is where it's at. Yeah, the live feeds, and you'll see Vision 2024. So I gave a talk about some key metrics in your business, and this was a talk that a coach gave me. And when I heard it and when I saw it, it was like, wow, look at those. A lot of little triggers that seem simple, but then add up to something very large. I just think that's cool where it's like, oh, I can do that. That's very easy. And I can do number 2 very easy. And by the time you do 5 easy things, it like exponentially moves your business along because they compound on each other. So I gave a talk that someone else gave me, and I kind of put a real estate photography spin on it. But there's a lot of great content in there. It's worth checking out. And again, it's free. There's nothing, you don't have to sign up for it. Just go to the YouTube channel at It's Eli Jones, click on live, and you can play the whole thing.
It's awesome. A lot of great information in there, so be sure to check it out.
Yeah, lots of good stuff.
All right. Well, what else is going on before we dive into our main topic this week?
Yeah, there's a lot of exciting things. Too many things. My brain, like you asked me that, my brain went, oh, holy crap. What is going on?
Right. It might be slow season, but it's not slow season, is what we've discovered.
Yeah, it's busy season for building your business.
Yeah.
And if this is an uncomfortable time for you, just find a few small things. Think about what your goals are. We're going to get back to talking about goals. We've talked about them for a few weeks, and we're going to talk about how to take a very big goal and break it down. But if this is an uncomfortable time for you, the cool thing is we learn to grow when we're uncomfortable. So kind of just run right into it and see what you can learn from it. Okay, I treaded enough water for my brain to actually remember what is going on, even though Craig and I talked about it in the show notes like 3 minutes ago, and I forgot it.
Squirrel.
Exactly. Yeah. Wanted to say thank you to those that reached out to us about an editing team we call Creo, or is named Creo. It's a team that we use at WOW. A lot of you reached out. Thank you for that. If you're still interested, you can reach out to me, hello@spiro.media. You can also find them on the interwebs, creollc.net. So you can find them on there. Lobden and Shend, they are business partners of mine in that business. They're fantastic to work with. Kosovo is just a really great, very young country, vibrant, really hard workers. By all means, I want to make transparent that I own a portion of this company. Mm-hmm. WOW processes their images through this company. There is no promise or insert another legal term here. But if you're interested to see who we use and want to meet them, want to see what they can do or find out more information, you can do that, creollc.net.
Real quick, how do you spell that, Todd? Just so people can get the right URL.
Creo is CREO, then LLC.net.
Got it. Awesome.
Changing gears over to Spiro, just a little bit again. Spiro is our real estate software platform that WOW, our real estate media company, runs its business on. We do everything inside of that, and it streamlines everything from the order through the delivery, the collection of the money, and task, editor, workflow, all kinds of great things. But we have some exciting updates coming up for you. One of them, I've talked about it almost forever, and you can actually use it in the system right now. We use it to edit our videos. We call it the Merge Fleet right now, but it's our automatic logic-based video editor. We are looking for some people that want to trial this out as like an alpha tester. Again, we use it. We know what it does in a task. We have built a system that you can just throw files at. It's a standalone processor. And we want some of you out there that we'll send you our training that we've created, look at it, go shoot some footage, throw it at the fleet to see what you get out, and then just let us know what's confusing, what could work a little bit better. So we're looking for a small round of alpha testers. If you're interested, you could email me hello@spiro.media. Then we are looking to launch that mainstream here. I hate to give dates, maybe the middle of February, maybe it's our Valentine's Day thing. But I'm really excited about that. Those of you that aren't shooting video right now, oh my goodness, talk about a way to increase your average order value. And not only that, but serve your clients better because they have video and they can market better. This is a fantastic opportunity. The training will show you how we train our photographers at WOW, what the different shots are. You'll have a behind the scenes of a full shoot with Ryan, our head trainer, who has trained a ton of photographers on how to shoot real estate media. So all that's going to be there, but I'm excited about that. And Craig, I didn't mention this in the show notes because I just wanted to kind of catch you off guard because I love doing this, and there's nothing bad, so don't brace too bad. But
okay. I'm going to develop a complex, Todd. You keep doing this to me.
This one's not bad, I promise.
Okay.
It's just a name. We're calling it the Merge Fleet.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Swift? Spiro Swift automatic video editor.
It is fast. The word Swift works. Spiro
Yeah.
Swift video editor.
Automatic video editor.
Automatic video editor. Yeah.
Send me your feedback, y'all. hello@spiro.media. Let me know if you want to throw some files at it, go through the training and alpha test it. Just looking for a very small handful to alpha test it. And that's just the new interface that we wrote. Again, we've used it for over 20,000 jobs. We know what the thing does. It's just the front end that we put on it.
Sure.
So excited about that, to get that going out there. And now is the time to think about what new products you could launch to your clients. Right. And how you could become a little bit different, how you could empower them with some more marketing items. And we build it. We love it. We think it's great. We think that if you can be systemized with the way that you shoot video, you can send it to an editor that's just going to look at the clips and edit it based on some logic. And the cool thing about it, and Craig, you use this every day. Mm-hmm. The neat thing about it is, as the photographer or videographer in this case, you're actually the editor as well, because you're deciding in the house what type of clip you're going to take. I don't know, Craig, right. Does that creative control, does that speak to you when you're, being the photographer, but also the editor too, when not having to edit?
Yeah, because I'm going into the house thinking, okay, what's the story I'm going to tell of this house? I'm looking for the great selling features because I'm trying to help sell this house with the realtor. We're not just going in to take some pictures and some video. We're putting together a story, right, for potential buyers. So I'm looking at the features, what's going to help sell this house. I know the types of shots I've been trained on, what the length of the clip needs to be for that, for the merge fleet. And it just makes it simpler, I think, for me, for the videographer / editor, of what I need to get and capture when I go into a house. We're mixing different types of shots and the walking connecting shots, and I just know how to put it together, and it makes it simpler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you for that. And just, if this is the first time you're hearing about the merge fleet or Swift, I don't know, is that Spiro Swift? Is that too much?
Let us know. hello@spiro.media. Let us know what you think of that name.
Yeah, if this is your first time hearing about it, what this basically is you'll upload clips to us, give them to the order that you want. There's a few things to know about it. But then in the cloud, your video's edited. It's done 15, 20 minutes later. The cost of that, there is an add-on cost inside of Spiro, just $10 on a job. If you do it standalone, it's $12. So very low editing cost, happens very quick, and you have creative control.
All right, Todd. So we got all that great news covered here. Let's dive into this week's topic. So I like to frequent the Facebook groups on the various real estate photo and video groups that are out there, and so many great questions. And I love the way the community tries to help each other. One of the questions I ran across, and I kind of smiled because it's a question that I think we've talked about before, but somebody asked the question, hey, I'm in talks with this brokerage, and they want to know if I'll offer them some sort of discount, based on the number of listings they have per year. And I smiled because we've talked about brokerage deals, on past episodes. If you haven't heard those, make sure you go back and look at our library of episodes. Todd shares some really great information on how to set up brokerage deals. But the question was, should I offer discounts? And I just kind of smiled as I read through the various comments. I didn't share my own, but there was a lot of varying opinions on whether you should discount your pricing or not. So I thought, well, let's cover that and get your thoughts on that, Todd.
Yeah, this is always a fun one, right? There's strong opinions either way. Yeah. And so I'll just give some of the facts and the metrics of what we've done over the years at our real estate media company. So I started the business with the idea that I wanted to shoot as many jobs as possible. So that's just the way I started. It was like, I found that there was this new market of people that needed video services. I only did video to start off with, believe it or not. I didn't even take a photo at that point until about 3 or 4 years in. But I found this market. I was like, oh my goodness, this is so great. This is someone who needs media that doesn't need it on a weekend, i.e. a wedding, doesn't need it in the evening, i.e. a family, and someone that's not going to poop on me, i.e. a baby. I don't know if I should say that or not, but it's true.
Thank you for clarifying.
Right? Anyone ever get pooped on or peed on by a baby? I mean, it happens. Anyway, sorry, I'm just derailing this whole thing today, but it's true. Like that was my life at that point. It was like, Are they getting married? Is it a family of people, or is this a baby that I have to sit in a room that's 85 degrees to try to get them to sleep so I can put them in a basket and take a photo of them? And I was like,
oh, that's one of the tricks of that.
Yes.
Crank up the temperature.
Crank up the temperature. You got to hold their head and their bottom, and you put them in a little ball, and you get them warm. You keep them tight in a wrap, and then once they're out, you've got a little bit of time to move them around.
There you go. For those of you interested in baby photography.
But that was my life at that point. And I was excited to create things, but I was like, wow, there's this whole new market of people that need my services, and I can shoot Monday through Friday for them. And not only do I get a client, but those clients they need me more than once a year or once in their life. And I was like, oh, this is great. Realtors get listings, one a month, one a week, depending the size they are. And if they like my services, they're going to call me back. So I love the idea of thinking, let me shoot for as many of them as possible, and I want to do all their houses. And so right out of school, 2006, I was in business for 2 years. I signed my first brokerage deal, and it was a volume with a commitment from the agents, and it guaranteed income for me. Now, we do things differently now, so don't think that's the way you're going to sign a brokerage deal now. You might, but that's just some context of my thinking and how I built the business and what my goals were. So I always saw giving a discount a good thing because it meant a lot of shoots for me. So with discounting, I will also say that our sales team, who Craig's a part of, hate the discount. Is that fair, Craig, that the sales team hates the discount?
Well, I mean, in some ways, yes. Obviously we want to make money for the company. So every time you discount, you're cutting into profit margins and things like that. But I would say there's good discounting and there's bad discounting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree. So let's see if we're on the same line here, Craig, and you can disagree with me, of course, but bad discounting, in my opinion, is a new client that calls you and they are very focused on price. And it's, how cheap can I get this? My other photographer does it for this, or I used to pay this amount, or I'm going to send you a lot of tours. Will you do it for a price that you're uncomfortable with, basically? So you're having to discount to get a new client. I think those are dangerous expectations to set, because that person's coming to you and they're simply looking for the cheapest.
Right.
I don't know. Do you agree with that, Craig, or disagree?
Yeah, I think I do agree, but here's the question I would ask then. Okay, when you're talking about broker deals, then if they're promising you a certain amount of volume, you would work with them on that, correct?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Okay. And I think potentially having that sit down with the broker is different than a call in, hey, I need something now.
Okay.
Where in my opinion,
yep.
Yeah, in my opinion, a broker deal is like this partnership. And as a business, I want to partner with as many people that we can be aligned with as possible, that can send me business, that can promote my business. And I think that's, if I owned a different business, I would want to partner with other businesses that aligned and we both grow.
Right.
So the way that we do a broker deal is we will discount for volume. And the way that we do that, and I've screwed this up. So this is probably one thing that I've screwed up, that I would just say, do it this way because I've felt the negative impact of it. But we as a company have defined a rubric of tiers of shoots per year in discount amounts. So an example is to say a company is going to do 100 shoots with you a year. you might discount 5%, for an example. Then the next tier would be when they hit 500 shoots, they get a 10% discount. When they hit 1,000 shoots, 15, 1,500 shoots, 20. Mm-hmm. The percentages are up to you. I'm not suggesting the tier or the percentage. What I'm suggesting is the fact that you're transparent with that information.
Right.
So you're going to have clients that come in and we used to negotiate every single one. And we found that we got into this slippery slope of as a new broker came in, we would discount it more than a broker that's doing like 4x their volume. One, because we wanted to get them in, because as you scale, it's all about your overhead number. So as a business, as WOW, we have employee charges, we have an office, we have internet, we have, a million different things that we pay for that's what we call overhead. So it's not cost of goods. It's not photographer cost and it's not editing cost. But these are all the other costs that are involved with doing business. The more shoots that you put on in a year, the lower your overhead cost goes. So we would want to try to maximize that. Like we know that our overhead will take us to 15,000 shoots a year. So if we're shooting 12,000, heck, we want to do anything we can to fill that remaining gap of 3,000 because we've essentially already paid to have the lights on, to heat the building, to have the people in the chairs to take care of those 3,000 additional jobs. So it looked really good to us because it would maximize our efficiency with overhead. The problem is that brokers talk as well. Mm-hmm. We know agents talk, but brokers talk as well. And I'm happy to say that my leadership team picked up on this and we never got burnt on it because we readjusted everything. But they looked at it and we went, oh, wait a minute, this client's doing 4X and they're paying a little bit more at this level. So we went back and we remade the tiers. We actually discounted the bigger broker down. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we went to them and actually said, hey, we want to do this for you. We didn't say someone else is paying cheaper, but we just said, hey, we've looked at these bundles and we can do this for you. And they loved it. It's great. Yeah. And we felt better about it. Quite honestly, I feel as a business, you should be consistent and transparent with your clients and not just give a better deal to someone who negotiates better and give a worse deal to someone who doesn't negotiate as good. Right. So create a rubric, do pricing tiers, and then show this to your broker clients and just tell them this is what you'll get at these tiers. One of the beautiful things we found, Craig, is that we would sit with a broker, and of course, every broker wants the biggest tier. They look down your chart and like, oh, how do I get the 20% tier? I'm only in 5%. Like, broker, you're going to get 5%. And they go, oh, no, I want 20. I'm like, oh, yes, we would love to give you 20. All you have to do is 1,500 tours a year. So it's a way of telling them, you don't have to tell them no, you can tell them yes. They just need to make sure that those jobs come in. Right. Essentially.
That makes sense. So there's the case for discounting and good discounting versus bad discounting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we do this I guess I'll just mention that we do this at an agent level too. So you might not always have a brokerage that wants to commit to you, but you might have agents that want to commit to you. Right.
And a lot of times they do. If you've built the relationship, they're more than happy to just work with you exclusively.
They are. So provide a tier for those agents and be transparent with those agents, and your larger agent teams will get a bigger discount than your smaller agent, the agent volume. And then you'll have the agents, just as an added bonus here, you'll have the agents that are never going to hit anywhere near a discount tier. And then what we do for them is we sell them what we call a membership. It's the same idea of your Sam's Club or Costco membership, where you pay us a monthly fee and then you'll get this special order page that has discounted bundles on it. So that's probably another conversation, but those are some mechanisms that we use. But I truly believe that being transparent is the correct way to go. So don't
Right.
hide what your discounts are. And also when you're transparent with your rubric of discounts, you incentivize those clients to go up a tier. You've kind of gamified the whole situation a little bit. It's like, oh, if we can get up, like, oh, can we get these 4 agents over to them, and then we're going to cross over 1,000 shoots a year with the company, and we'll save everybody money. So it's just kind of an interesting thing I've learned to always to not hold information back, to give it, because you don't know what people are going to do with it. And if they're incentivized by that, then you've essentially turned them into salespeople for you, because they're going to go and find those agents that get them over a tier.
Right. Makes sense. So going back to the Facebook conversation and question and the comments that I saw. So for those that were saying, no, you shouldn't discount, don't devalue yourself. I had a thought that dawned on me, because I'm used to our model, how we do things, shooting as many. So discounting is part of what we do, good discounting. And so I was trying to think, well, why would you not want to discount to try and get those broker deals? And it dawned on me, and we've talked about this in the past on past episodes. There's two approaches to how you build your business initially. And you chose and wanted to shoot as many listings as possible. But there's those that are more niche and boutique, we would say, more of a boutique photographer, that they don't necessarily want to shoot a large number of listings. They don't want to grow their company where they have a team of photographers. They enjoy doing the work. And I kind of fell into this camp myself when I was running my own business. Is I enjoy being out there shooting and interacting with both the realtor and the seller. And I didn't really want to get into the role of a manager / owner that wasn't out in the field, hands-on. So if that's kind of how you've built your business, that's great. That's fulfilling your needs. And in that case, then it would make sense that you wouldn't necessarily discount your listings, because you need to make more per job because you're shooting fewer jobs. But this is your main source of income. So in that sense, where you're much more hands-on, you're controlling the editing, maybe you're doing your own editing, which we would encourage you to still look at the possibility of outsourcing your editing, because there's reasons you can go back and look at another episode on that. Then you have a strong case for not discounting, which is equally valid based on your business model. Does it agree, disagree?
Oh, I agree 100%, Craig. And honestly, I'm quite jealous of those individuals that are taking and pulling that model off.
Yeah.
My brain just doesn't go there. I think it's awesome. I mean, if you think about it, Craig, so we are all, no matter if we're volume and value based versus boutique and, very high priced, and I know price is subjective, but let's say a tip, in our area, an average order value, $250. You go out to another part of a different part of the country, and it's $1,250.
Yeah.
And I know some of that has to do with cost of living, but it's just so interesting that, it's pretty close to the same. Now, I know you boutique people are saying, hey, yeah, my stuff is worlds better than yours. And I'm going, hey, nobody notices. So we can agree to disagree there. So I get it. And I do agree. Like if I looked at yours versus ours, like, yeah, look how much cleaner this is. Look at the windows. Look at how this light didn't reflect and all these things. But it's just interesting because, and I'm really trying to pay you all a compliment that are boutique. I'm not doing a good job at it, but it's so interesting because my brain never goes there. My brain never goes to saying, hey, instead of charging $250, let's charge $1,250. And let's just find a small amount of people, because I only have to find, that's a 5x multiple. 250 is 1/5 of 1250. So I actually commend you all for being able to do that. And then the service you give for, that extremely high end jobs.
Yeah. It's white glove service they're providing. They're, giving very close attention to individual realtors. They're working hand in hand with them. It's a different approach that you can charge more for, because of the level, the more attention that you're giving each of those clients that you have. So,
yeah. And one thing that just hit my mind that we didn't talk about in the show notes, Craig, but I think it might tie back to your personality type.
Oh, yeah, that could.
As I think about my personality type, one of the things in the profile was the fact that efficiency was very important to me. So it was, if I'm ever thinking about something, it's how can I be the most efficient? How can I be the most cost effective, essentially? How can I do more in less time? So my brain goes there as to where maybe those of you that are very high on like building relationships and creative things like that, you see the value in really digging in and making this the best it can be because the impact it can have. Where I'm saying, let me do the most I can do, and they're not going to change the world, but I'm able to put 1,000 of them through.
Yeah, I think you nailed it on the head there, Todd. Yeah, a lot. I didn't think about that. Yeah, a lot of it is personality driven. But again, that goes back to how I ran my business. I was more individually focused on relationships, and that's still how I kind of do things in our Toledo market. Is I've got those deep relationships, and I enjoy those. Mm-hmm. Sitting down for coffee, and I retain clients, and I get good referrals. We just got a new client this week from a referral from one of our high. She does a lot of higher end listings, and I mm-hmm. sent her a text, gave her a referral credit, said thank you so much for that, and she said I'm really excited that he's going to go with you, and so happy that worked out. So mm-hmm. it's kind of the best of both worlds, when you have an efficient system, but you're able to also spend that individual time and build those relationships. It just a good value proposition for both sides of that relationship.
Yeah, really good point. I mean, speaking of, it's fitting that you think about the relationship, Craig, and that's so awesome. I mean, speaking of new relationships, you started a new Facebook page, didn't you?
I did. Yeah. So we've, in past episodes, you guys know we really haven't shied away from the fact that we're believers in Jesus. We follow him. We try and live our lives in accordance to his word, but the same with our business and doing business with integrity and honesty. And that all comes out of our worldview and our relationship with him. And so I've had some conversations with people in the industry that are like-minded and have said, I would love to connect with others in our industry that are also believers. I've got questions on how to, handle different situations from our biblical worldview. And so there was just discussion about starting this group. And we've started a Facebook group. It is not affiliated with Spiro or WOW. We're not doing any sort of business promotion. We're sharing who our business is, but in just sharing the name. But we're just there to encourage each other, to sharpen each other, in our walks with Christ, but also in how we conduct our business as believers in Jesus. So, if you're interested in that, let us know. The Facebook group name is just Christians in Real Estate Media. So if you just search that on Facebook, we'd love to have you be a part of it if that's something that you're searching for.
Yeah, straightforward and easy enough name, Craig. So Christians for Real Estate Media. I just want to clarify one little point. I won't harp on it. WOW and Spiro is not affiliated with it, but 100% support it. So WOW and Spiro is not going to advertise it to you in there. So it's completely not what it's made for, but you will find me in there. There's a lot of great names in there. Yeah. So, or if you're just like, hey, what is this thing? What are you talking about? So no pressure, of course, to do anything that we say on this podcast, but it's there for you. If that resonates with you, there's a group for you out there.
Yeah, exactly. And what I'm looking forward to is just learning from others in how they apply their faith to how they conduct their business, because we believe it's a continuum. It's not Sunday morning church and then we have our business and then we have our life. It just this permeates life, period, and how we grow relationships and all of that. So thanks for asking about that, Todd.
Oh, of course. I want to make sure that others out there, because we've had so many great emails come in of you sharing your faith with myself and Craig, and it's just so encouraging.
Yeah. We'd love to have you join us. Okay. Before we close, is there anything more we wanted to say about discounts before I shift gears on you that I didn't talk to you about?
Oh, no. Throw it on me. Let's see.
All right. So last week Todd threw out unexpectedly to me a challenge to you to Photoshop the beard style that Craig should have. Did we have any come in? I'm praying to the Lord Jesus that we didn't.
We did not. We actually did not.
Guys.
So
thank you.
So the discussion, if you haven't listened to it last week, we want to know beard, no beard with Craig,
right.
Or another idea, just Photoshop a beard or a third eye or something else on Craig.
Thanks.
So I know everybody's been busy. I've been talking to everybody like, oh man, shoots are busy. So if anybody has any Photoshop time.
Right. We don't, I don't need that. I did get a couple of private conversations on Facebook where a couple of guys said, no, keep the beard. Yep. Keep the beard. So I'm like, all right.
If I get a picture, I'm going to put it, this is Boston's foot right here, my oldest. So
okay.
Craig, if I get a photo, maybe I'll have Brittany do it because she's good at this. She Photoshopped Ryan and myself on a Titanic photo. I mean, that's an
epic poster.
That, yeah, that's an epic poster. But Craig, I'm going to put you right there if I get Craig in a beard. So
you got a little coming in there, Todd. Are you joining us here?
And here, Dave Burley sent me this. So Dave, thank you for this Santa. But yeah, I'm looking closer to the Santa that Dave sent me. I've got and I'm just lazy this week. I haven't shaved yet, but yeah.
I don't know. I think you should try. Anyway, all right. Enough of
breaks out.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, well, we hope you guys got something from this. Try to take it, make a decision that's right for you. My decision is not right for you. Craig's decision might not be right for you, but hopefully we gave you some perspective to think about and just be transparent with your clients if I can suggest anything to you. Yep.
There we go. If you have a business topic you'd like to see us covered, get our thoughts on, by all means, please drop us an email, hello@spiro.media, and say, hey, would you talk about business insurance or taxes or, how do you guys handle this business issue? We would love to help you with that.
Craig, of all the issues, you think of business insurance and business taxes. I mean, but those are somewhat.
Well, here's why.
I'm not saying they're not valid, but it's just like, wow, that.
Yeah, but think about it, okay? I hate numbers. I don't like running books. And so when I started my business, anything having to do with numbers or finances, that's where I needed the help. I'm like,
and that's probably why I gave you a hard time, because everybody's like, oh no, I don't want to think about that. Not a real, can I say not a real sexy topic, but come on. Yeah.
It's kind of part of what we have to deal with. Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, if you have a business question, let us know. No, I love that time. Let us know. And, if you're finding value in this, be sure to like it if you're watching on YouTube or, if you're listening on the audio podcast. We just appreciate you sharing it and helping us reach more in our industry so that we can help you build good, strong businesses just from the things that we've made mistakes on in our past. So is that fair, Todd?
That is very fair. So, and we love to hear from you guys too, even if it's just a note. Yeah. hello@spiro.media. We get a kick out of all those. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, that's going to wrap things up this week. Thanks for joining us. You don't have to Photoshop anything of me. I'm okay with that. And take some time to be thankful for you. Right. I can't even talk now. Take some time to be thankful for the blessings in your life, and make sure you take a breath this week. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you for joining us for the Spiro Podcast, Managing Your Real Estate Photography and Videography Business. This is a production of Spiro and Wow Video Tours. You can find out more about Spiro's real estate media business management software at our website, spiro.media.